5 hidden signs. She's crazy about you. No.2 is shocking. Old Stoic Wisdom. Let me share something that will completely change how you see attraction. Right in front of you, a silent battle is being fought. One of subtle glances, unconscious body language, and hidden cues that most men completely miss. After studying thousands of real-life interactions and diving deep into behavioral psychology, I've uncovered 2 undeniable signs that a woman is not just interested in you, but obsessed. And here's the chilling part. Right now, at this very moment, there could be a woman in your life sending you these signals. It could be that colleague you've worked with for months, a friend you see often, or even that girl you see at the gym. And here's the kicker, you're walking past it, day in and day out, because no one ever taught you how to spot these subtle signs. But today, I'm changing that. By the end of this video, you'll have a new lens for seeing attraction in a way that most men will never understand. It's not about what she says, it's about what she does without even realizing it. Attraction isn't a choice. It's built into us, deep in our biology. And once you learn these signs, you'll see them everywhere, almost like a superpower. Welcome to Stoic Focus. I'm Michael, and for the last decade, I've made it my mission to crack the code of human attraction. Not the shallow advice you've heard 1,000 times, but the real psychological truths that actually determine who we're drawn to and why. This isn't just theory, it's battle-tested knowledge. After years of research and hundreds of real-world tests, these principles have helped countless men finally understand the true nature of attraction. Let's face it, most men are blind to the signs. They think it's all about pickup lines or grand romantic gestures. But women, they communicate their interest in a completely different way. One that doesn't rely on words. It's about micro-expressions, subconscious body language, and evolutionary psychology. And today, we're diving into that realm. The 2 signs I'm going to share with you. They are universal. They transcend age, culture, and personality. Once you know them, you'll start seeing them everywhere, in coffee shops, at work, in your social circles. But first, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Why? Because what you're about to learn is just the beginning. Each week, we dive deeper into the psychology of attraction, confidence, and masculine excellence. If you want to master these skills, you'll want to make sure you don't miss anything we release. Also, drop a comment right now with the word decode. After this video, you'll be able to decode every interaction with women, and you'll never look at female behavior the same way again. Let's get started. The best way to know if someone likes you is not through their words, but through their actions. Anonymous. Sign number 1, the copycat effect. At first glance, it might seem subtle, almost unnoticeable, but once you learn to spot it, you'll be shocked that you ever missed it. The copycat effect isn't simply about imitation. It's a primal instinct, deeply embedded in our biology. When a woman feels genuine attraction, her subconscious takes over, and her body begins to mirror your behavior, often without her even realizing it. This goes far beyond simply mimicking your posture or your choice of beverage. We're talking about a profound synchronization of even the smallest, unnoticed actions, like the rhythm of your speech, your breathing, and even the way your eyelids blink. You might find that as you adjust your posture, she will too, almost instantly. When you run your hand through your hair moments later, she might be touching hers in the exact same way. These aren't coincidences. They are signs of deep, subconscious attraction. Imagine this. You're sitting across from her in a quiet cafe. You lean in, perhaps to make a point. Within seconds, she mirrors your movement. You absent-mindedly brush your hair back, and within moments, her fingers follow suit. This is not just chance. This is physical attraction manifesting through body language. What's fascinating is the science behind this. Studies from the University of California show that couples who are deeply attracted to one another exhibit up to 72% more mirroring behavior than those who are just friends. What's more, the greater her attraction, the faster her response time becomes. It's almost as if her body is trying to match yours instinctively, Here's a simple way to test this theory. Observe her body language for the first 5 minutes. Take note of her natural posture and gestures. This is her baseline. Next, during minutes 5 to 7, change your posture. Cross your arms. Lean back. Watch her reaction. If she adjusts, even slightly, that's the first sign. Now during minutes 7 to 10, make subtle gestures. Touch your chin. Adjust your glasses. Watch her carefully to see how quickly she mirrors your movements. The key here is timing. The quicker and more accurately she mirrors your actions, the stronger her attraction to you is. Instant, precise mirroring is a clear sign she's fully engaged on a subconscious level, deeply invested in the moment you're sharing. But here's the twist that most dating experts won't tell you. Mirroring works both ways. If you consciously begin to match her breathing patterns, mimic her movements, you'll create a deep, almost unexplainable connection. It's as if you've hacked the attraction system, bypassing the usual barriers and creating a deeper bond. Now, look for delayed mirroring. If she mirrors your movements after a 30 to 60-second delay, this indicates something important. She's fighting the attraction on a conscious level, but is losing that battle on a physical one. Her body can't hide what her mind is trying to suppress. Mirroring is an honest language, one that never lies. Words can deceive, and social masks can hide true feelings, but the body, your body and hers, always reveals the truth. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to become fluent in this silent language of desire, to recognize and respond to these invisible signals of attraction. So, what will you do next? Have you ever noticed this subtle form of attraction in your own interactions? Drop a comment and share your thoughts. Let's talk about how we can all become better at recognizing the signs that speak louder than words. Sign number 2, the forced jealousy trap. This is where most men make a critical misstep when interpreting female psychology at its core. What might seem like a lack of interest is actually one of the most powerful signs of attraction you can encounter. Let me explain how this works, especially when you understand it from a neurological standpoint. When a woman starts developing genuine feelings, her brain does something fascinating. It triggers a process where she starts to test your value through jealousy scenarios. This isn't a deliberate manipulation on her part. It's a result of millions of years of evolutionary programming kicking in. When she's truly interested, she simply can't help herself. You'll see this in action when you notice the first sign, subtle withdrawal. You'll be in the middle of a great conversation, and suddenly she may mention another woman, or even seem distracted if she notices you talking to someone else. Here's the catch. Within seconds, you'll see her create physical distance. She might cross her arms or start giving shorter, less engaging responses. Many men will misread this as rejection and pull back immediately. But that's a mistake. What's happening is that her primal brain is shouting, "I need to know if he's high value enough to compete for." This is where understanding her psychology truly matters. The next phase is the probing phase. She may casually drop comments like, "You two seem close," or "I bet girls like that are more your type." This is where 90% of men fail. They either over-explain the situation, or worse, get defensive. The real secret here is to stay calm and give minimal responses. A simple, "she's cool," is far more effective than giving a lengthy explanation like, "Oh no, we're just friends." Her curiosity is at its peak, and by staying composed and unflustered, you signal something powerful that you don't need to justify yourself. Then comes the ultimate test, the proximity play. She may start standing closer to other men when you're around, or casually mention that someone asked her out. When she does this, she'll glance at you to see how you react. This is the moment where many men either panic and start chasing after her, or become possessive and angry. Both of these reactions are attraction killers. What you should do instead? Maintain amused indifference. Maybe even respond lightly with something like, "Yeah, he seems like a great guy." This shows no insecurity, no fear, and no need to prove anything. It's at this moment, when you display unshakable confidence, that you'll witness something incredible. Within minutes, you'll see her try to re-engage with you, often through increased physical contact or a more engaged conversation. This is the jealousy trap completing its cycle. She needed to test your worth, and by passing the test with ease, you've sparked even more attraction. The neuroscience behind this process is fascinating. When you remain calm and unreactive, her brain actually releases more dopamine and oxytocin, chemical responses that reinforce bonding and attachment. These responses are stronger than receiving direct compliments because you've proven yourself worthy on a biological level. This pattern repeats constantly in the dating world. The more interested she is, the more tests she will create. However, most men misinterpret these signs as mixed signals when, in fact, they're green lights in disguise. Now that you know how this mechanism works, you'll begin to notice it everywhere, from the barista who suddenly mentions her boyfriend when you flirt, to the co-worker who remarks on how often you talk to the new hire. They're not rejecting you, they're offering you opportunities to demonstrate your value. The trick is to recognize the pattern, and most importantly, to resist reacting impulsively. This is how you transform from the one who chases to the one who is chased. Comment to remember: I stay calm and confident. Embrace confidence and let it transform your interactions. Sign number 3. The playful tease. Let me break down something you need to understand about attraction, something that will completely shift your perspective. There's a game being played right under your nose, and most men miss it entirely. Women are constantly testing you, and they do it in ways you might never notice. But when you begin to see these signs, you'll realize that what you thought was a harmless comment, a joke, or a playful remark is actually a powerful, subtle invitation. Take this for example, the playful tease. It's not just for fun, it's a psychological test, a challenge to your emotional resilience. When a woman teases you, when she says something like, "Oh, so you think you're funny?" After you've cracked a joke, don't take it at face value. She's not mocking you. She's looking at how you respond, how you handle her challenge to your pride and self-worth. Will you cower? Will you get defensive? Or will you stand firm, smile, and let it slide off your back? This is not about the words. It's about the emotional control you demonstrate in the face of minor adversity. You see, Stoic wisdom tells us that our happiness, our peace of mind, is governed by how we control our inner state, not external events. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This principle is exactly what she's testing when she teases you. She's seeing whether you can keep your composure when your ego is gently poked. Imagine this. You're joking around with her, and she playfully challenges you. The old you might have stammered, tried to explain yourself, or even gotten flustered. But the new you, the stoic you, laughs it off. You handle the situation with ease, showing that her playful comment doesn't shake you. That, my friend, is what makes you attractive. The woman who teases you isn't trying to embarrass you. She's offering an unspoken challenge to see how you handle her energy, and whether you can match it with calm and confidence. The ability to respond with a calm, witty remark or simply a relaxed smile shows that you're emotionally grounded. Here's the deal. Teasing is a sign of attraction, but it's subtle. Most men get caught up in their feelings of pride and embarrassment, missing out on what could have been a deeper connection. A woman doesn't want to see a man crumble when his ego is pushed. She wants to see a man who stands strong, remains cool, and knows that a playful remark is just that, playful. She's testing whether you're the kind of man who doesn't lose his balance over trivial things. She wants to see if you have the strength to remain grounded, no matter what. So here's what you need to do next time a woman teases you. Don't react with defensiveness or over-explanation. Let her words roll off you like water off a duck's back. Enjoy the moment, match her energy with a calm smile or a clever comeback. If you do this, you'll show her that you're exactly the type of man who's emotionally stable and secure in himself. The key is confidence, emotional resilience. The stoic strength to maintain your composure, to rise above, is what makes you truly magnetic. Now here's the crucial part. If you miss this sign and get defensive, you'll likely never even realize she was testing you in the first place. But if you can stay calm, composed, and respond with ease, you'll send a clear message, not just to her, but to yourself. You are the man who can handle life's little challenges. You are the one who doesn't let small obstacles or teasing remarks disturb your peace. And that, my friend, is what makes you a true high-value man. So the next time a woman teases you, ask yourself, am I showing the emotional resilience she's looking for? Take control, be present, and own that moment. You'll have her thinking about you long after the conversation ends. Let me know. Are you ready to be the man who stands strong under pressure? Drop a comment below and say, I'm the man who remains unshaken. Don't just read this, embody it. Like this video, share it, and subscribe for more timeless wisdom. The choice is yours. Will you rise to the challenge? Sign number 4. The subtle attention to detail. Let me reveal to you a hidden truth about attraction, something that most men overlook. It's often not the grand gestures that reveal a woman's true feelings, but the small, often unnoticed actions that signal a deeper connection. One of the most telling signs that a woman is truly into you is when she begins to pay close attention to the smallest details about your life. These are the things that most people wouldn't even consider, yet to her, they matter. It could be as simple as remembering that you mentioned a particular coffee blend that you enjoy, or recalling that you're allergic to a certain flower. She doesn't need a reminder. She will make sure to bring up these details in conversation, or even act on them without hesitation. This isn't about being overly observant in a superficial way. It's about the deeper, emotional investment that comes when she's truly interested. Imagine this. You've had a bad day, and out of nowhere she asks how you're feeling without you ever having to say a word. It's the kind of gesture that says, I'm paying attention to you. And this attention goes beyond words. It's in how she looks at you, how she texts you first, or how she seems to sense your needs before you even voice them. These are the marks of someone who isn't just interested in the surface-level version of you. She's deeply involved, emotionally connected, and wants to be there for you in ways that go far beyond the ordinary. The Stoics understood that it's often the small, seemingly insignificant actions that reveal true character. Epictetus himself reminds us that it's not the grand, spectacular choices that define us, but the everyday, subtle decisions we make. In relationships, this principle holds true. It's the little things, the way she remembers your favorite brand of coffee, or the way she knows when you're down and responds with genuine care, that speak volumes. These seemingly trivial moments carry so much weight because they reflect the depth of her emotional investment in you. This sign is particularly powerful for men to understand because it shifts the focus away from the stereotypical outward gestures of affection like extravagant gifts. Instead, it highlights the power of quiet, consistent attentiveness. A woman who remembers how you like your coffee, or the one who reaches out when you need support, is demonstrating a care that is rooted in something far more meaningful than surface attraction. It's a form of love that doesn't scream for attention, but gently nurtures the connection, allowing it to grow and deepen over time. So next time you find yourself the recipient of a small, thoughtful gesture, take a moment to appreciate it. It's not just coincidence. It's her way of telling you that she's invested in this relationship and in you. These subtle signs are often the clearest indicators of her feelings. The more you recognize and reciprocate these small acts of care, the stronger your bond will become. It's a beautiful cycle of attentiveness, understanding, and emotional connection that grows naturally with time. This isn't just about being seen. It's about truly being known and loved for who you are. Remember, as Epictetus wisely said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When you respond to the subtle signs of affection with equal care and understanding, the relationship will only thrive. Share your thoughts below. What small acts of attention have you noticed from someone in your life that made a significant impact on you? I'd love to hear your experiences. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. Comment to remember, true love is shown in the smallest, most thoughtful actions. Sign number 5, the subtle touch of comfort. Let's talk about a hidden attraction signal that might slip right under your radar. It's subtle, it's gentle, and it's often dismissed as nothing more than casual interaction. But let me tell you, when a woman touches you, even in the smallest ways, it's a massive indicator of her attraction. This isn't just about random physical contact. This is about her finding comfort in your presence and a deep desire to connect with you beyond the surface level. You'll see it in the way she brushes against you while passing by, or how she might touch your arm when you make her laugh. These touches are not accidental. They're carefully calculated expressions of warmth, trust, and most importantly, attraction. It's her way of silently telling you, I feel comfortable with you. I like being close to you. Now, here's where it gets interesting. When a woman touches you, her brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. This is the same chemical that plays a huge role in creating attachment between lovers. The more often she touches you in these subtle ways, the more she is building a deep emotional connection with you without saying a word. The beauty of this sign is that it's often overlooked. Many men might think she's just being friendly or simply trying to get your attention, but the truth is, it's a clear sign of emotional investment. When she leans in just a little closer, when her hand brushes against yours as you're talking, those are moments to recognize. And this isn't just for the initial stages of attraction. Even in long-term relationships, the subtle touches remain. The act of physically connecting without saying a word strengthens the bond. It's the same as how the Stoics understood the importance of connection, not just mentally, but also through the quiet, tender gestures that keep the relationship grounded. So the next time she touches your arm, or when she subtly brushes past you, don't dismiss it. It's her way of communicating something deeper. And if you're the one to initiate that subtle touch, you'll strengthen the bond even further. Recognizing these small yet powerful moments will help you build a deeper, more meaningful connection with her, one that goes beyond just physical attraction. Now tell me, have you ever noticed those small touches, and what did they make you feel? Let me know in the comments below. It's these little things that matter the most, and I want to hear your thoughts on this. Let me guide you through a powerful transformation in understanding attraction. This isn't about luck. It's about mastering the subconscious triggers women use to silently show their interest. In fact, once you understand these principles, you'll no longer be guessing, you'll be the exception. Now, you've just unlocked 2 potent attraction triggers, but don't stop here. This is only the beginning. If you want to dive deeper into the 7 remaining subconscious attraction triggers women use, do yourself a favor and subscribe right now. Why? Because those who understand these triggers don't just get by. They become the ones women are drawn to without even trying. You want to be that guy, right? Here's what I need from you right now. First, hit that like button. And I mean, hit it hard. Every like you give sends a message to YouTube's algorithm. This is the content I want more of. The more engagement this video gets, the more men will begin to escape the cycle of confusion and start understanding female psychology at a profound level. You see, we're on a mission here to help men like you gain real insights into attraction. Second, if you want to keep learning and never miss another groundbreaking tip, subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. What you've learned today is just the surface. Next week, I'm revealing something even more explosive. The 5-second attraction trigger. This psychological hack makes women instinctively drawn to you the moment you meet. You'll never approach a woman the same way again. But I need your commitment, right now. Drop a comment below with one of these 3 words. Mirroring, if you've ever caught a woman mirroring your actions. Jealousy test, if you've noticed those withdrawal patterns women use to test your interest. Or decode, if you want me to break down even more hidden attraction signals. Why does this matter? Because your comment helps create a living, breathing case study, something that I can analyze and possibly feature in an upcoming video. This isn't just about passive viewing, it's about creating a community of men who understand attraction on a deeper level. The time for guessing is over. Embrace the wisdom, take action, and start seeing the results. Don't wait. Your understanding of female psychology is just getting started. Hey there, it's Stoicismwin. Before you go, I want you to do something powerful. Share this video with one friend who needs to see it. Not just to help out the channel, though I appreciate it, but because every man deserves to understand these psychological truths. Think about how many relationships could be saved and how much frustration could be avoided if more men knew how to spot these signs. Remember, attraction isn't some magical mystery, it's science. And now, with these 2 signs, you're already ahead of 95% of men out there. But this is just the start. Stick around, because next time we're diving even deeper into the female psyche. So, for now, start observing, start applying, and most importantly, start seeing the results. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. If a woman is developing feelings for you, she will say these 7 things. Old Stoic Wisdom. The language of love is always spoken in more than just words. Anonymous. Welcome back. Today, we're diving into something powerful. If a woman is developing feelings for you, she will unknowingly reveal it through these 7 key phrases. Let's break it down with some psychology tips. Did you know that women often express their emotions through the way they speak before they ever openly admit their feelings? Words aren't just a tool for communication, they're a bridge to a deeper connection. When a woman begins to feel something more, her language shifts in subtle ways, offering clues that go beyond the surface. Whether she realizes it or not, her words are a reflection of her emotions, providing you with psychological insights into where her heart truly lies. Behavioral psychology shows that people often express emotional attachment through linguistic patterns that they're not even aware of. Dr. John Gottman, a leading psychologist in relationships, found that the way we speak is a powerful predictor of emotional investment. And when it comes to women, their choice of words can be a clear signal of their feelings, even before they openly say, "I like you." So if you've ever caught yourself wondering, is she starting to like me? The answer might be hiding in plain sight, through what she says. Women often express their feelings through small but significant phrases that speak volumes, even when they're not saying those 3 magic words. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what those phrases are, and more importantly, you'll understand what they mean. I'm saving the most telling one for last, the ultimate phrase that confirms a woman's feelings for you. Stick around, because this could change the way you understand attraction. 1. I feel like I've known you forever. When a woman says, "I feel like I've known you forever," it's not just casual chatter. It's a statement that carries significant emotional weight. She's expressing a profound emotional connection that transcends time and logic. It's as if, in some unspoken way, she feels an undeniable bond with you, a bond that goes beyond simple acquaintance. This statement reveals that she's feeling incredibly comfortable with you, and she's subconsciously associating you with safety, trust, and warmth. Psychologists have long noted that women tend to form emotional attachments more quickly than men, especially when they feel truly understood. Renowned relationship expert Dr. John Gottman highlights that emotional safety is one of the primary catalysts of attraction, and when a woman starts to feel emotionally secure with someone, that person becomes synonymous with the sense of home and reliability. Now, consider this. If you've only known each other for a short time, but she says, "It's so strange, I feel like I've known you forever," that's far more than a simple compliment. It's a revelation. Her subconscious is making it clear that she feels an intuitive connection, as if fate itself is aligning her with you. This sensation can feel incredibly natural, effortless, and almost destined. Think about the last time you met someone who just got you. It feels easy, right? That's precisely what she's feeling. She's realizing that being around you feels like stepping into a comfortable, familiar space, a space she might have been searching for without even knowing it. So how do you respond to such an intimate admission? The key is to lean into the moment and acknowledge her feelings. A playful response could be, "Are you suggesting we were soulmates in another life?" A response that teases, yet shows you're fully engaged. Alternatively, a sincere response like, "That's really sweet. I feel the same way," deepens the connection without losing the warmth of the moment. The goal here isn't to downplay her feelings, but to validate them, making her feel seen, heard, and understood. When a woman feels emotionally safe and acknowledged, her attraction will only deepen, and the bond between you will grow stronger. In essence, when a woman says this, she's letting you into her world, showing you that you've already carved out a space in her heart. It's a powerful gesture that demands recognition and response. So, next time she shares such a moment, don't just shrug it off. Embrace it, respond with warmth, and allow the connection to evolve naturally. The more you reinforce the emotional bond, the more she'll trust in it, and in turn, trust in you. Now, I want to hear your thoughts. Have you experienced this kind of connection? Comment below with your personal experiences, and let's dive deeper into the power of emotional connection. Remember, when a woman says she feels like she's known you forever, it's not just about familiarity, it's about trust, warmth, and the potential for something even more meaningful. 2. You're one of my closest friends, even if you haven't known each other long. When a woman says, "You're one of my closest friends, even if we haven't known each other for long," you might immediately think, "Oh no, she's putting me in the friend zone." But before you let panic set in, let's explore what this really means. In reality, this statement is not about shutting you out. It's actually a sign that she's testing emotional intimacy with you. When a woman opens up in this way, it indicates that she trusts you on a deeper level, which is a critical step in the process of attraction. Women, by nature, prioritize emotional safety before physical attraction. They look for men who make them feel secure, understood, and emotionally supported. If she's sharing her personal stories, vulnerabilities, or even insecurities with you, things she wouldn't tell just anyone, it's a clear sign that she's emotionally investing in you. Take, for example, a scenario where she casually says, "I feel like I can tell you anything. You're one of my closest friends." This is not her way of pushing you away. Instead, it's her way of saying, "I trust you. You are important to me." This level of openness is a foundational element for any strong relationship, as emotional intimacy precedes romantic attraction in a woman's mind. Now, how should you respond to this? The key is not to panic and not to rush into assuming that you've been relegated to the friend zone. Instead of seeing this as a setback, recognize it as an opportunity. She's signaling that she views you as someone worthy of deeper connection, not just someone to date, but someone who could potentially be her partner. A calm and confident response could be, "I really appreciate that. I think friendships are the foundation of the best relationships." With this, you subtly shift the conversation from merely friendship to the emotional foundation that all successful relationships are built upon. The more comfortable she feels opening up around you, the more likely she will start seeing you as someone who could be more than just a friend. So what's the lesson here? Don't fear emotional closeness. It's often the precursor to something greater. Instead, embrace it, nurture it, and remember that genuine connections are the bedrock of lasting relationships. In the long run, your emotional bond with her will be far more valuable than any fleeting attraction. Like, comment, "I embrace emotional intimacy," and share this with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. 3. You're so different from other guys I've met. When a woman says, "You're so different from other guys I've met," it's not just a compliment. It's a clear indicator that you're standing out in her eyes. In the complex dance of attraction, standing out is the golden key. Women aren't making these judgments lightly. They're continuously evaluating men, not in a judgmental way, but in a way that helps them decide who is worth their emotional investment. If she's comparing you to the average guy and says you're different, she's giving you the highest praise. She's saying you are worth her time, attention, and energy. This isn't random. It's selective perception in action. Psychologists explain this as the way we begin to filter everything around us through the lens of emotional attachment. Once she starts seeing you as unique, you automatically rise above the other men in her mind. For example, if she casually mentions, "You're not like most guys I've met," you actually listen. You're different in a good way. She's not just being polite. She's signaling that you are the one who stands out. She's mentally categorizing you as someone exceptional, someone who defies the norm. And that's powerful. You've broken through the noise. So, how should you respond to this? With a little playful confidence. Instead of simply nodding and thanking her, respond with, "I'll take that as a good thing." And then push it a step further. Ask her, "What exactly makes me so different? What is it about me that works for you?" This question doesn't just ask for clarification. It gets her to verbalize her attraction to you. The moment she starts listing those reasons, she's subconsciously reinforcing her own feelings for you. Whether she realizes it or not, she's building the connection herself. By adopting this approach, you are making her part of the attraction process. You are reinforcing the fact that you're high value. In Stoic terms, this is about embodying your own self-worth and letting your actions, words, and behavior reflect your inner strength and clarity. By using playful, confident responses, you don't just accept her praise, you turn it into a deeper connection. This is the kind of strength that attracts women who recognize quality when they see it. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. What you think and how you respond determines how others perceive you. So the next time she tells you that you're different, don't just accept it passively. Lean into it. Use that moment to deepen the attraction. Play it cool yet assertive and keep her engaged in this dynamic. It's not about bragging or being boastful. It's about recognizing your worth and inviting her to see it too. As you refine this skill, you'll become the man who stands apart, and not just in her eyes, but in the eyes of anyone who crosses your path. And for those who want to truly level up their game, comment below, "I stand out with strength and confidence." Let's hear it. You're not like anyone else. Keep it going. 4. I feel like I can be myself around you. When a woman tells you, "I feel like I can be myself around you," it's a powerful statement. And it's not just a casual remark. It speaks volumes about her level of comfort, trust, and emotional connection with you. Most people, men and women alike, tend to wear a mask, presenting only the version of themselves they believe will be accepted. But when she drops that guard around you, it shows that she feels emotionally safe, that she sees you as someone worthy of her true self. This is a sign of deep trust, a gift that should not be taken lightly. Psychologists refer to this phenomenon as authenticity bonding. It's the profound human need to connect with others on a real, unfiltered level, without the fear of judgment. This is often the cornerstone of long-term attraction. When she feels she can be vulnerable with you, sharing her quirks and idiosyncrasies, it signifies a rare emotional bond. Think about it. She might act goofy, admit embarrassing things, or even share things she's never shared with others. When she says, "I don't know why, but I can just be myself around you," take it as a significant compliment. She's giving you access to her authentic self, something that takes trust and courage to offer. So how should you respond to such a powerful moment? First, acknowledge it, but keep the atmosphere light and playful. Let her know you appreciate her openness. A simple, warm reply like, "That's the best compliment you can give me," or, "If you're being goofy, I'm all in." Show me the full, unfiltered version of you will make her feel more secure and valued. By matching her energy, you're reinforcing the connection and encouraging her to stay vulnerable with you. Embracing her authenticity creates a safe space for her to continue opening up. And as she feels more secure and valued, the bond deepens. When a woman knows she can be her true self around you, she's not just attached to you emotionally, she's invested in the relationship. And once she experiences that level of trust and comfort, it becomes almost impossible for her to turn back. In your own relationships, remember that authenticity is the key to building lasting emotional connections. It's not about playing games or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about letting your guard down and creating a space where both partners can be real without fear of judgment. So take this moment to reflect on how you can create more of these authentic connections in your own life. If you found this advice helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support allows us to keep bringing you valuable content that can improve your relationships and help you grow. Leave a comment below and share your thoughts. Have you experienced this level of trust with someone? How did it change the dynamic between you? We'd love to hear from you. 5. You make me feel seen and heard. When a woman tells you, "You make me feel seen and heard," it's a powerful statement that reflects something far deeper than a simple acknowledgement. Don't brush it off or take it lightly. This is a rare and invaluable compliment. What she's saying is that you understand her in a way that most people do not. Women, as emotional communicators, do not merely seek passive listening. They desire emotional validation. They want to feel that their thoughts, feelings, and experiences truly matter. In fact, studies like those published in Psychology Today have consistently shown that emotional validation is one of the strongest factors in fostering long-term attraction. When she says you make her feel heard, she's expressing a deep sense of security and trust in you. It means that she feels safe enough to open up and share her true thoughts without fear of judgment or dismissal. In practical terms, this can be seen when she shares something personal, perhaps a vulnerable moment from her past that she's never spoken about before. Instead of offering a quick fix or ignoring her words, you take the time to listen intently, ask thoughtful questions, and show genuine interest in what she's saying. This simple yet powerful act creates an emotional connection, one built on trust and understanding. Later, when you reference something she casually mentioned, maybe her favorite childhood movie or a dream she harbors for the future, you've given her a glimpse into your attentiveness. At this point, she'll look at you differently, often saying something like, "You actually listen. You make me feel seen and heard." This moment is a testament to the emotional security you've nurtured between you. It's not just about hearing the words. It's about showing that her emotions, thoughts, and experiences are valued and understood. So how should you respond in this moment? Don't shy away from acknowledging her feelings. A simple yet impactful response would be, "I think the best relationships are built on mutual understanding. I love hearing your perspective." By saying this, you're reinforcing her value and showing that you not only understand her, but also cherish the connection you share. This deepens her emotional attachment to you, strengthening her feelings in a way that will make her feel even more connected to you. Emotional security, once created, is something she will hold on to, and it will make your bond even more lasting. This is not just a moment of validation, it's a crucial building block for a lasting and fulfilling relationship. By listening attentively and making her feel understood, you give her the space to truly be herself with you, and in turn, she will only grow more drawn to you. So remember, the greatest gift you can offer her is your presence, your genuine interest and attention to what matters most to her. This is how you show her she's truly seen and heard, and in doing so, you foster a deeper emotional connection that will carry both of you forward. Comment to remember: emotional validation is the foundation of deep connection. 6. I feel a deep connection with you. When a woman tells you, "I feel a deep connection with you," understand that this is not a casual comment. It is an expression of emotional investment, far beyond surface-level attraction or shared interests. This connection is about something much deeper, something that transcends the ordinary. It's a bond that feels rare and irreplaceable, something that touches the soul. As the great philosopher Seneca once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Similarly, This connection is not about fulfilling surface desires, but about aligning at a deeper, more meaningful level. This connection is a form of emotional resonance, where two people's energies harmonize, creating a sense of being in perfect sync. When she expresses this, it's a sign that she's not only captivated by your personality, but that she truly feels understood by you. She might start sharing more personal details, her fears, childhood memories, or her deepest dreams. These are the things that she might not even share with close friends, yet with you, she feels safe enough to open up. You've moved past the stage of casual conversation and into a realm where she sees you as someone who fulfills her emotionally. When she tells you this, don't downplay it. Don't brush it off as mere flattery or pass it off as an easy compliment. Acknowledge it. Strengthen it. In a world where genuine emotional connection is becoming increasingly rare, your response can either nurture this bond or diminish it. Acknowledge her feelings by saying something like, "I love that. Connection is rare, and I think we have something special." This kind of acknowledgement reassures her, making her feel that her vulnerability is both valued and safe. And when she feels safe, her feelings for you will only grow stronger. This is not just advice. It's a powerful insight into human connection. Relationships are built on moments like these, where authenticity, recognition, and emotional resonance intertwine. So next time she expresses such deep feelings, don't hesitate. Respond with the same authenticity, and watch as the bond between you grows even stronger. As you reflect on this, ask yourself, how will you respond when someone expresses such vulnerability to you? Don't forget to comment below with, "I embrace deep connections," and share your thoughts on this powerful aspect of human relationships. 7. I can talk to you about anything. When a woman says, "I can talk to you about anything," she's not just expressing casual comfort, she's revealing something deeper, emotional compatibility. While statements like, "I feel a deep connection with you," signal an emotional bond. This phrase points to a vital ingredient for lasting attraction and a meaningful relationship. The difference is subtle but significant. Emotional bond is essential, but emotional compatibility is what sustains long-term relationships. Think about it. There are many people in your life you care for, but how many do you feel you can talk to without fear of judgment or being misunderstood? If a woman opens up with this phrase, it means you've become her safe space. She knows she can share her thoughts no matter how deep, trivial, or even quirky, and you will listen, without a hint of judgment. You might notice this unfolding in various ways. She texts you randomly about something light-hearted or seemingly trivial, such as her favourite song or a memory that made her laugh. She reaches out to ask your opinion on an important life decision or opens up about a struggle she's facing, big or small. These moments are more than casual conversations. They're emotional investments. She's letting you into her world in a way that requires trust, a bond that feels natural and safe to her. Now, how do you respond? Stoic wisdom teaches us that a solid foundation in relationship is built on virtue, wisdom, and emotional control. In this case, showing her that you're emotionally available is key. Respond with light humour, even when she shares the oddest or most random thoughts. Then, reinforce your availability by acknowledging her openness. You could say something like, "I love that you can share anything with me. I think great relationships thrive on honesty and openness." This affirmation not only strengthens your connection, but also reassures her that you're a safe haven for her emotional expression. With each conversation, her emotional investment will deepen, and your relationship will grow stronger. Remember, emotional compatibility is one of the cornerstones of a successful relationship, and when she feels emotionally fulfilled by these conversations, it strengthens her desire to build something lasting. So, let her share without hesitation, encourage her openness, and show your genuine interest. By doing so, you create a space for the relationship to flourish, grounded in trust and mutual emotional respect. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever experienced a connection like this with someone? Let us know how it unfolded for you. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead. Emotional compatibility is key to lasting attraction. Comment below, I am her safe space. Let's hear your thoughts. Bonus point. I miss you even when you haven't been gone long. When a woman says, I miss you, even after only a short time apart, it speaks volumes about the emotional bond she feels towards you. Let's be clear. Missing someone isn't something we do lightly. It signifies that the person has become deeply embedded in our thoughts, emotions, and daily life. So when a woman expresses missing you, even if it's just been a few hours or a day, she's essentially sharing something profound. She feels emotionally connected to you, and your presence brings her comfort. This isn't just casual sentiment. It's a clear sign that she's begun to associate positive emotions, such as happiness, safety, and excitement, with being near you. Psychologists suggest that emotional attachment forms when someone associates these feelings with the presence of another person, and when she starts noticing your absence, it's a natural reaction to feel it. Whether you've been apart for a few days, hours, or even just a morning, her words are revealing a deeper connection. Imagine the scenario. You've spent a wonderful evening together, and the next day, out of the blue, she sends a text saying, I miss you. This isn't just a casual phrase, it's a direct message from her heart, indicating that she's thinking about you, longing for your company, and craving the emotional closeness that your presence offers. This is a clear indicator that she values the emotional connection you share, and it's starting to blossom into something deeper. So how should you respond? It's simple. Keep it warm and reciprocate the sentiment. Responding with something like, that's sweet, I miss you too, not only acknowledges her feelings, but also reinforces the emotional bond between you both. By confirming the emotions she's expressed, you strengthen the connection, ensuring that her attachment to you grows. After all, the more emotionally invested she feels, the deeper the bond will become. In relationships, these subtle moments of emotional vulnerability are the stepping stones toward a stronger connection. When you respond genuinely and emotionally to her feelings, you lay the foundation for a relationship built on mutual emotional understanding and respect. So, take this as a sign to cherish the connection you're building and nurture it carefully, for it's in these small moments that the deepest bonds are formed. Hey there! Thanks for sticking with me till the end. I hope this video gave you some valuable insights into the subtle signs women show when they're developing real feelings for you. Now, if you've made it this far, congratulations! You've unlocked some powerful wisdom that'll give you a deeper understanding of attraction and relationships. If you see the signs, drop a comment below saying, I see the signs. That way, I'll know you're part of our growing community. Those who are here to truly learn, grow, and become the best version of themselves. And before you go, I want to leave you with this. Pay attention to how people express themselves. Words have power, and when someone truly cares, their words often tell you more than they realize. So, stay sharp and trust your instincts. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it. Your support helps get this content to more people who need to hear it. And if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now so you won't miss out on daily tips on relationships, attraction, and becoming the best version of you. Lastly, share this with a friend who might be struggling to read the signs. You never know, this video might be just what they need to see. And I've got something special for you. We've recommended a video that will help you dive even deeper into this topic. Check it out right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Before you text her again, here's what you need to know. Stoicism. Old Stoic Wisdom. Before you pick up that phone and text her again, take a moment to pause. Are you sitting there, fingers trembling, ready to send a message that might not be returned? Your heart racing? Mind swirling with all the what-ifs? Maybe you're thinking about what to say next, hoping that she'll finally reply. Or perhaps you're simply trying to feel some sense of control over an emotional moment. But before you hit send, stop. Take a deep breath. This isn't just about sending a text. This is about something much deeper. This is the moment that defines you, not just as someone waiting for a reply, but as the man who understands his own worth, even in silence. The truth is, when you choose to remain calm in the face of uncertainty, you reclaim your peace. When emotions scream for attention, your soul must quietly remind you, wait. At this crossroad, you have choices. You can chase after validation, react impulsively, or you can rise above it. You can choose dignity over desperation, composure over chaos, strength over the need to be seen. What you're really deciding is who you want to be when no one is watching, and what your own worth truly means. Remember, this isn't just about her. It's about becoming the man who is rooted in his own identity, who doesn't need external validation to feel complete. This is where the true power lies. As the Stoics say, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Before you act, ensure you're grounded in wisdom, not driven by fleeting emotions. Now, let's talk as brothers on this journey. We're not here to chase or beg, but to rise. Let's get to the heart of the truth. Number 1. The real reason you can't stop texting her. Before you text her again, here's what you need to understand about yourself and your emotions, grounded in ancient Stoic wisdom. That tightness in your chest, the racing thoughts that keep looping, and the overwhelming urge to reach out, all of these feelings stem from your mind desperately seeking closure. It's not a weakness. It's a natural human impulse. Your mind is scrambling for relief, looking for something familiar to cling to, and in this case, it's her. This craving to text, to say something, anything, is your mind's way of trying to calm the storm. It believes that her response will somehow bring peace, certainty, and a sense of safety. But let's get real for a moment. Deep down, you know that this isn't the solution. Chasing comfort through someone else's reply is like chasing a mirage in the desert. It might seem like it will give you relief, but it never lasts. The more you reach out in search of that external validation, the more you feed a cycle that keeps you tethered to uncertainty. With every message sent from a place of fear or need, you hand over the keys to your emotional well-being. In that moment, it doesn't feel like you're giving away control, but you are. Here's the Stoic truth. Real strength doesn't come from fixing everything outside of yourself. It comes from facing what's inside. When you're faced with that urge to text, you don't need to soothe the ache by seeking validation from someone else. Instead, you face it. You confront the discomfort head-on without depending on her response to feel okay. As Epictetus wisely said, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Her response, her affection, those are things beyond your control. The one thing you can control, your reaction, your choices, your peace of mind. Next time you feel the panic rise and your fingers hover over the keyboard, stop. Take a deep breath. Not because you're playing a game or trying to manipulate the situation, but because you're finally recognizing that the only response you need right now is from yourself. Remember, your peace doesn't come from someone else. It comes from you, and you alone. Now take a moment and reflect on this. Have you ever realized how much power you've been giving away in those moments of doubt? Share your thoughts below. Let's dive deeper into how we can regain control over our emotions and not let them control us. If you found this helpful, like, share, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. Comment below. I control my emotions, not my circumstances. Let's grow stronger together. Number 2. What your silence really says to her. You've done it. You paused. You resisted the urge to reach out again. You didn't send the text. And in that moment of stillness, you may have felt uncertain or weak. But let me assure you, that moment was powerful. That silence you chose, it wasn't a void. It was strength. And here's why. Your silence speaks volumes. When you stop chasing, when your name no longer flashes across her screen, when her phone stays quiet, she notices. It's not about her waiting for a text. It's about the absence of one. This creates a void, and that void echoes in her mind. Why isn't he reaching out? Did something change? Does he still care? Human nature is programmed to notice what's missing. We are drawn to what's withdrawn. And that silence you've chosen? It makes her pause, reflect, and maybe even regret. But let's be clear, silence isn't about playing games. It's not about making her chase you back or trying to manipulate the situation. It's about mastering yourself. This is where Stoic wisdom enters. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In the context of your silence, this quote holds profound power. What does it mean for you? It means that in this moment, you're not reacting with chaos. You're not scrambling, begging, or trying to prove your worth. Instead, you are remaining composed, centered, and unmoved by external forces. You are demonstrating that your peace of mind, your sense of value, and your self-respect do not depend on her response. That level of emotional composure is rare. The majority of people can't handle the pressure of uncertainty. They'll fold, give in to their emotions, and act out. But you remain steadfast. You embody that quiet confidence, and that is magnetic. It's a rare strength that others will sense, even if they don't admit it. Your silence is a form of discipline. It's dignity in its purest form. It is strength, wrapped in stillness. It's a message that says, I am at peace with myself, whether or not you reply. And whether she acknowledges it or not, she feels that power. So let your silence speak, not from bitterness nor pride, but from a place of calm, unshakable self-respect. You don't need to make noise to be heard. Sometimes the most powerful message you can send is by saying nothing at all. And remember, this is not a game. It's about becoming the man who is not shaken by external circumstances. It's about finding strength in your own presence and choosing to act with dignity, no matter the situation. As you reflect on this, ask yourself, how often do you let your emotions govern your actions? How often do you feel the need for validation, to chase, to beg for attention? The answer lies in your ability to stay still, to remain grounded, and to act from a place of peace within yourself. That is Stoic wisdom in action. Number 3, how to master your emotions in love. Before you text her again, remember this. Mastery over your emotions is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength, control, and wisdom. Every time you choose silence instead of sending that message, you're not just holding back, you're regaining control. When that emotional wave rises within you and you decide not to act on it, you're taking your power back. You're sending a message, not with words, but with your actions. I decide how I feel. My peace is mine. It is not hers to give or take. This is a powerful moment. The boy who seeks validation through actions becomes the man who knows himself and stands firm in his calmness. You start to understand that emotions are not commands. They are signals, alerts telling you how you feel, but not telling you what to do. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic minds, once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Reflect on this deeply. Most of what you feel right now, the anxiety, the doubt, the restless wondering, is not caused by her actions. It's created by your mind. You're imagining worst-case scenarios. You're reading into silence when none was intended. You're making assumptions, creating storms in your head, when in reality the situation is far quieter than you think. So the next time your fingers start to drift towards your phone, when the voice in your head urges you to just check in, to send just one message, pause, take a deep breath and remind yourself, this isn't about backing down, it's about rising up. In this simple act of restraint, you are retraining your nervous system, rewiring your instincts. This moment of silence isn't weakness, it's growth. You are reclaiming emotional control, something perhaps you've never had before. This is how real transformation begins. No longer will you be driven by panic, by the need for immediate reassurance. Instead, you will be guided by your principles, your calm. You will no longer beg for peace, you will build it. Every decision you make to remain calm, every choice to act with patience, every time you choose stillness over chaos, this is the foundation of your peace, being built brick by brick. In a world full of men who react impulsively, you're becoming the one who responds with wisdom. You're the man who doesn't need to seek validation through constant texts. You're the man who rises above the noise, who stands tall in his restraint and emotional intelligence. That, my friend, is how you truly master your emotions in love. And that's how you become the high-value man, the man of wisdom and strength. If you're ready to take control, to rise above your emotions, comment below with, "I am in control of my peace." Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Like and subscribe to continue your journey of wisdom. You've got this. Every decision you make to stay calm is a victory. Number 4. Desperation versus discipline. What's your choice? Let's take a deep dive into the conflict raging within you every time you feel the urge to reach out. Every time that tight knot of anxiety pulls you towards your phone, whispering, "Just text her." You stand at a pivotal crossroad, and the decision you make here speaks volumes about who you are becoming. The choice is simple, but the path is difficult. Desperation or discipline? Desperation is loud, frantic, and disempowering. It whispers in your ear that you need to take action, to send that text, to force connection, all in the hopes that the right words will make her come back to you. But let's be clear. Desperation never draws people closer. Instead, it drives them away. You can feel it, can't you? That anxious, frantic energy that you try to disguise, but it leaks through every text, every just checking in, and every late-night message you regret the moment you press send. No matter how carefully you craft your words, desperation is like a magnet for rejection. It's a silent scream for validation that only ends up making you look weak and needy. It's emotional hunger in its most visible form. Discipline, on the other hand, operates in silence. It's patient, thoughtful, and unwavering. Discipline is not about controlling your feelings. It's about not letting them control you. It's knowing what you want, holding your ground, and acting in alignment with your values. Discipline means you feel everything, but choose not to act impulsively. When you embody discipline, your energy shifts, your posture strengthens, your words become deliberate. You stop chasing after approval, you focus on becoming the best version of yourself. And this is where your power lies, not in desperation, but in the quiet, unshakable confidence of a man who commands respect, not just from others, but from himself. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "He is most powerful who has power over himself." This is the essence of discipline. It's not about pretending you don't care, but rather choosing not to act on impulses that don't serve your highest purpose. It's about choosing yourself over the fleeting comfort of temporary connection. And this, my friend, is where true emotional wealth lies. When you operate from desperation, you hand over your strength. You trade your power for fleeting satisfaction, hoping that validation from her will fill an empty space inside you. But when you move from discipline, you show the world, and more importantly, yourself, that you are already enough. I don't chase, you say. I create. I don't beg for connection. I build a life so rich, so fulfilling, that others want to be part of it. Discipline comes from a place of fullness. Desperation comes from a place of lack. So take a moment right now, reflect on what you are choosing. In this moment, in every interaction, in every text, you're either building emotional wealth or digging yourself deeper into emotional debt. Ask yourself, what are you becoming with every choice you make? Because only one of these paths, desperation or discipline, will lead you to the life and the relationships you want. Choose wisely. If you resonate with this message, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and share which path you're walking on today. Are you moving in desperation or discipline? Let's discuss how we can build lives of emotional wealth together. Number 5. Why chasing her only pushes her away. Now that you understand the power of discipline over desperation, Let's dive deeper into the paradox of chasing someone and why it doesn't draw her closer, but actually pushes her away. It may seem counterintuitive, after all. You care deeply and you want to fix things. You think, if I just show her how much she means to me, maybe she'll come back. So you text, you double text, you explain yourself, apologize for things she never even brought up, and keep showing up, hoping she'll recognize the depth of your feelings. But here's the thing. The more you chase, the more she pulls away. It's like trying to hold water in a clenched fist. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. Because chasing sends an unspoken message, one that doesn't say, I care, but rather, my happiness depends on you. And that energy, it's not love, it's pressure, it's heavy, it's needy. Whether she realizes it or not, she feels suffocated by it. And that's why she instinctively distances herself. Attraction isn't something that can be forced. It needs space, it needs mystery, and it requires room to grow. And chasing does the opposite. It robs that space and stifles the very thing you want to nurture. The Stoics understood this, and it's something we are remembering today. You can't force closeness, you can only invite it. When you stop chasing, when you let go and take a step back, something profound shifts. She starts to notice the silence. She notices that your energy has changed. And for the first time in a while, she begins to wonder, why isn't he reaching out anymore? Has he moved on? Is he over it? You've gone from being predictable to becoming a mystery, from anxious to anchored in your own sense of self-worth. But let me be clear, you're not doing this to manipulate her. You're doing it because you've finally come to realize your own worth. You're not meant to beg for connection, to chase after someone who isn't ready to meet you where you stand. You are meant to stand firm in your value and allow those who see it to step forward willingly. So let go. Stop chasing her, not because you've stopped caring, but because you've learned that your happiness doesn't depend on someone else's response. Let her feel the absence. Let her sit with the silence. Let her notice that shift in energy. Because when you stop chasing, you not only create space for her to think, but also space for yourself to rise, to become the person you are always meant to be. This isn't just about love. It's about respecting yourself. It's about standing tall in your own strength and knowing that true connection comes from those who see your worth, not from those who demand it. When you stop chasing, you open the door for something far more powerful, genuine, mutual respect and attraction. Like, comment below and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. Comment to remember, my happiness is mine, not someone else's. Number 6. Becoming the man she can't shake. You've stopped chasing. You've chosen stillness over desperation. And now, let's talk about what it means to truly embody that shift. Because here's the hard truth. Women are not drawn to chaos. They're not captivated by panic, by pleading, or by frantic attention. What they are drawn to is the kind of man who is steady, grounded, and calm, no matter the storm. A man who feels deeply but moves with tranquility, not because he's cold or emotionless, but because he has mastered what he feels. Now, imagine this. You are a mountain. The storm rages, thunder cracks, rain pours, winds howl. Yet, the mountain stands strong, unmoved, unshaken. That is you. You are not immune to emotion, but you are no longer ruled by it. You have become the embodiment of quiet strength. This kind of presence sets you apart, because most men crumble. They react impulsively. They spiral when they're left unread or ignored. They let the smallest slights unravel their sense of self. But not you. Not anymore. You've begun to make a choice. It's the choice to not need her to validate your worth. It's the choice to stop seeking attention or reassurance. Instead, you've chosen to anchor your own peace. You stand tall because you know your worth. You don't beg for acknowledgement. You don't seek to be seen. You carry your calm like armor, and you wear your dignity like a crown. Not for show, but because you earned it. And when she looks at you now, she may not say it out loud, but she can feel the difference. She senses the shift within you. The man who used to text her at midnight, desperately seeking clarity, is gone. What stands before her now is a man who leads himself, a man who holds his own peace, who chooses strength over desperation, a man who doesn't chase because he doesn't have to. You've become the mountain, you are steady, you are calm, you are emotionally in control, and that presence, that unwavering strength, doesn't just attract others, it builds a life you're proud to stand in, with or without her. Actionable advice. This journey isn't about seeking validation from others. It's about choosing to be the best version of yourself, a man who embodies calm, strength, and dignity. As you become this man, remember, you don't need to chase. You simply need to stand strong and allow the world to come to you. Quote to live by: the greater the storm, the stronger the mountain. Call to action. If this resonates with you, comment below with "I am the mountain." Let's affirm our strength together. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wisdom that can transform your life. Number 7. The art of making her miss you deeply. Imagine this. You've become steady, grounded, unshakable, but now you find yourself asking, will she even notice I've pulled back? Will she care? Here's the truth. She can't miss you if you never create space for her to do so. If you're always around, always texting, always chasing, there is no absence for her to feel. The key to making her miss you is simple, yet profound. Stop filling every silence with your presence. Stop lighting up her phone like a fire alarm. Stop trying to keep the connection alive with constant effort. Let the fire breathe. Because the truth is, if you keep smothering it with attention, it won't burn brighter. It will die. We often believe that love thrives in noise, but that's not where it grows. Love grows in space, in those quiet moments where someone has the chance to reflect, to wonder, to notice what's no longer there. If you're always texting, always checking in, always showing up, she'll never get the chance to feel the shift, to question what your silence means, to ask herself if she took your presence for granted. And maybe she did, but that's not for you to chase. That's for her to realize on her own. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, the more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. This is the core of Stoic wisdom. You can't control whether she misses you, and you can't control how she feels, but you can control what you do. You can choose to step back with grace. You can choose to hold your silence like a man who knows his worth. You can choose to let her wonder. And no, this isn't indifference. It's not playing games. It's not emotional warfare. It's self-respect. This is about trusting that your value doesn't disappear just because you're not reminding her of it every day. And if after all of this she never realizes what she had, if your silence is met with more silence, then at least you can walk away with dignity. You showed up as a man, and you left with your self-respect intact. So, let her miss you, not because you pulled away to provoke her, but because you stopped chasing and chose to stand in your worth. This is not about manipulation. It's about demonstrating your strength, your character, and your understanding of the powerful art of detachment. If this resonates with you, share your thoughts below. How do you feel about the space you create in relationships? Let's discuss. Number 8. Avoiding the trap of instant gratification. Let's be real for a moment. We've all been there, staring at your phone, ready to text her. It's that feeling, right? The one that hits you when you're about to send a message, and for just a moment, it feels like you're in control. There's this rush, a tiny spark of hope that she'll respond, that this simple action will bring you closer to her. So, you hit send. For a few seconds, everything feels better. Relief washes over you. You feel connected, even if it's just for that brief, fleeting moment. But then, it happens. The silence. It creeps in, and suddenly you're back in that anxious state. The overthinking floods back in, and you find yourself wondering, did I say too much? Or was that message too short? You check your phone constantly, hoping for that ping that never comes. And before you know it, you're on the same emotional roller coaster, one you swore you'd get off of. Let me tell you something. This isn't strength. It's not progress. It's a cycle of chasing the instant gratification your brain craves, a quick fix, a dopamine hit that gives you a temporary high. But like all quick fixes, it crashes. It doesn't bring lasting peace or fulfillment. And let's be clear, there's nothing wrong with wanting to feel good. It's part of being human. But the Stoic path, the one you've chosen to walk, doesn't seek temporary comfort. It seeks lasting peace. Think about the Stoics, the men and women who built their lives on patience, who resisted the fleeting in favor of the eternal. The Stoic mindset teaches us not to chase the rush of fleeting emotions, but to acknowledge them, accept them, and then rise above them. They mastered the art of saying, "This urge, this craving, this does not control me." And here's something no one tells you. Every time you resist that impulse to send that message, to chase after that instant relief, you're not losing, you're winning. You are, in fact, training your mind. You're teaching your nervous system not to reach for those quick fixes. You're building emotional muscle. You're learning to sit with discomfort instead of running from it, to breathe and be present without needing external validation. And this is the kind of strength the world needs more of. It's discipline, it's resilience, it's the emotional fortitude that most people never learn to build. So next time that urge strikes, because it will, I promise you, pause. Don't act impulsively. Breathe, take a moment to center yourself, and remember, you're not here for cheap, instant relief. You're here to become the kind of man who doesn't need it. Because real peace, the kind of peace that lasts, doesn't come in a flash. It's earned in the quiet decisions we make day after day, in the moments no one sees. That's true Stoic strength, and that's the path you're walking. If you're still here, you're ahead. Comment, "I control my impulses." Let's keep growing stronger. Thanks for tuning in to Stoicism Win today. If this message resonated with you, I want to hear from you in the comments below. Type, "I am in control of myself." Say it for you. Say it for the man you're becoming. Remember, real strength comes from within. It's not about chasing or reacting. It's about mastering your emotions and choosing calm over chaos. If you're ready to embrace that path of quiet confidence and unwavering control, keep pushing forward. Stay strong. Stay grounded. Until next time, keep cultivating your inner strength. See you in the next video. How a woman reacts when she realizes you lost interest. Old Stoic Wisdom. When a man is no longer interested, a woman's reaction reveals everything she once hid. Marcus Aurelius. Most men underestimate just how loud their silence becomes when they stop giving a woman their full attention. They assume pulling back means losing her, but the reality is far more powerful when a woman senses that your focus has shifted, that she is no longer the center of your universe. Her ego doesn't go quiet. It screams. Her pride stands up. Her emotions, which were once tucked away, suddenly get activated. If she ever had even a spark of feeling for you, your distance becomes a mirror, one that forces her to face what she's about to lose. We're living in a dating era where men chase and overextend, while women evaluate from a distance. But when a man flips the script, when he steps out of the race, stops checking in, and becomes unavailable, the entire emotional rhythm changes. That's when she starts noticing the silence, watching your online activity, sending you texts at odd hours, and mentioning old memories as if trying to pull you back in. These are not coincidences, they're reactions, and those reactions are often far more revealing than anything she ever said out loud. This isn't about playing games. This is about reclaiming your center. Most women are used to being pursued. They've been taught they are the prize. But what happens when the prize begins to walk away? Panic sets in. Control slips. And if you're the kind of man who has done the inner work, who stands rooted in purpose and stillness, you'll witness a side of her few men ever get to see. In this video, I'll walk you through exactly what happens, how she behaves, how her energy shifts, and what she does when she realizes you're no longer orbiting around her. These aren't fantasies or pickup tricks. These are behavioral truths grounded in timeless male discipline. When you stop chasing, you see clearly. When you stop needing, you start attracting. And if this message resonates with you, and you're ready to take your understanding of attraction and masculine grounding to the next level, my online course is now open. This isn't just surface-level advice like you get in free content. In my course, I take you deeper: how to approach with confidence, how to build lasting attraction, and how to master the emotional chessboard of modern relationships. We just wrapped Section 4, and it's packed with insights I've never shared on YouTube. There are only 5 discounted seats left. Use the promo code shown on screen or check the link in the description to enroll now at stoicapproachtolife.podia.com. Don't just learn. Transformation. Because once you understand this dynamic, you'll never chase again. She'll come to you. 1. She tries to get your attention. When you detach, her instincts activate, and not in the way most men expect. The first reaction a woman has when she senses your attention is no longer hers isn't vulnerability. It isn't a confession. It's control. She starts using tactics, not tenderness. Suddenly, the same woman who left you on read is replying within minutes. The one who always said she was too busy now checks in just to see how you're doing. That's not affection. It's strategy. It's her way of pulling you back without admitting she ever cared. Why? Because your silence speaks louder than your words ever did, and her ego feels the burn. You'll see thirst traps pop up on her feed, those carefully angled photos designed not to communicate, but to provoke. Not sent directly, of course, because that would look desperate. No, she wants you to see it and wonder. You'll notice cryptic captions, throwback pictures from the time you were together, even old inside jokes repackaged like fresh content. These aren't random. They're designed to test your reaction, to see if you'll break the silence. If you bite, if you message her, she wins. Because in her mind, you still care. But here's the truth, that's not desire you're seeing. That's fear. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In this case, the most powerful move is stillness. Most men collapse the moment they sense she's paying attention again. They mistake it for hope, for reconciliation. But it's not hope, it's bait. And the moment you fall for it, she pulls back into the same pattern of distance, confusion, and emotional power plays. She wasn't missing you. She was missing her ability to control the dynamic. And if you give her the validation she didn't value before, she'll discard it again the moment she feels reassured. She might start showing up in your orbit again, liking your stories, showing up at events she knows you attend, bumping into you by accident. It's all part of the same subtle game. Women don't chase directly. They create moments for you to chase them. They position themselves like chess masters, making quiet moves to provoke reaction. In some cases, she might even bring up another man. Casually, of course, mentioning new friends, work projects, or vague romantic opportunities. It's not real. It's psychological warfare. And it only works if you react. Your job as a stoic man is not to react but to observe, to understand that her attempt to pull you back in is a mirror of her fear, not her love. As Epictetus taught, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. In this case, be content to be thought unbothered. Because when you remain calm in the face of emotional chaos, she has no choice but to show her real hand. She'll either disappear because it was never real, or she'll break the silence for the first time with authenticity. Either way, your power lies in restraint. A woman who's suddenly working to get your attention is a woman who feels your absence. Don't ruin that by chasing the validation you already earned. Stand firm. Stay grounded. Let her unravel in the echo of your silence, and when you do, you'll finally see who truly holds the power in the dance of attraction. If this resonated with you, leave a comment below. I stay grounded. I watch in silence. and share your experience. Have you ever seen this play out in your life? 2. She starts questioning herself. When a woman senses that you are no longer chasing her, the silence you leave behind echoes louder than any sweet word you ever whispered. And that's when the true shift happens, not in your behavior, but in her internal world. Suddenly, the one who was so certain, so confident, so sure of her place in your attention, begins to waver. She doesn't run to confess confusion, nor does she fall apart publicly. No, her pride won't allow that. But inside, she's in turmoil. At first, she'll rationalize the distance. You're probably just busy, maybe you're tired, maybe it's a phase. But time is the great revealer, and as the quiet stretches on, the story changes. She begins to doubt, not you, but herself. She replays old texts like scenes from a movie, hunting for clues. She wonders, did I say too much? Not enough? Did I lose him with that last message? She checks the mirror more often, maybe tweaks her appearance, maybe posts something subtle and alluring, not to impress the world, but to feel something again. Your distance becomes a mirror she's forced to look into, and the reflection suddenly isn't so certain. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts." In her case, those thoughts start turning inward, questioning her worth, her desirability, her influence. You see, many women walk through dating with a subconscious sense of being pursued, not from arrogance, but from a lifetime of attention that made them feel validated by how others respond to them. And when that response fades, when a man who once showed interest now calmly redirects his focus elsewhere, it's not just a momentary change, it feels like a loss of power. She won't admit this out loud. She'll keep it quiet, act unfazed, maybe even laugh it off with friends, saying, "He's just another one, nothing special." But behind that performance is a mind racing with questions. Why hasn't he watched my stories? Why hasn't he liked that picture? Did he meet someone else? These are not signs of a woman who's moved on. These are signs of a woman who's shaken. And what's more telling is how she starts subtly trying to reverse the roles. She might act colder, slower to respond, hoping you'll chase her again. But this isn't confidence. It's desperation disguised as detachment. She's not trying to punish you. She's trying to measure if she still matters to you. The irony is, most men ruin this power by breaking the silence too soon. The moment she seems distant, they panic. They reach out. They try to fix things, not realizing she's only acting out because she's uncertain, because her pride is hurting. But if you remain grounded, if you hold the line and stay committed to your peace, your purpose, and your personal power, she'll begin to feel the gravity of your absence. That's when the balance shifts. That's when she truly sees what you brought to the table, not through your presence, but through the strength of your absence. Seneca said, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." And in the realm of relationships, sometimes the most courageous act a man can take is to do nothing, to stay still, to let the silence do the speaking. Because when a woman begins questioning herself in your absence, it isn't weakness, it's awareness. It's a realization that maybe, just maybe, she misjudged the value of your presence. And the longer you remain composed, the louder that realization becomes. So let me ask you this. Have you ever seen a woman fall silent and realized it was because she was listening to the echo of your absence? If you've experienced this shift, share your story below. Your comment might help another man understand the power of not chasing. 3. She gets emotionally restless. When a woman senses that you've pulled away, something powerful and unsettling begins to stir within her. Emotional restlessness is not just some passing feeling. It's an internal storm that leaks into her daily life. Outwardly, she may try to remain composed, even indifferent. But make no mistake, when your calm silence replaces the validation she once expected, her emotional mask begins to crack. This is the stage where you'll notice subtle inconsistencies. One moment, she sends you a casual, "Hey," trying to test the waters. The next, she goes completely silent, hoping you'll break first and chase. But when you don't, When you remain grounded, unmoved, and unshaken, it throws her off balance. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." That's exactly what's happening here. Your detachment, when done not out of spite, but out of self-respect, creates a shift in her emotional rhythm. You are no longer playing the role she expected, and that reversal strikes deeper than you can imagine. She begins posting more online, not for her audience, but for you. Her captions become vague, poetic, emotional. They aren't random. They're a silent cry, a desperate attempt to trigger something in you. She may even message you under a weak pretext, asking a silly question, referencing an old memory, or pretending something reminded her of you. Don't fall for it. That's not clarity. That's chaos in disguise. Her pride tells her not to care, but her emotions betray her. Inside, she's asking herself, should I text him? Should I pretend I don't care? What is he thinking? But none of those questions bring her peace, because your silence now speaks louder than any words. And for women who are used to being chased, that silence is not just confusing, it's devastating. The same emotional energy they once used to control others now spirals inward, and you become the mirror reflecting their own emotional disarray. The key here is not to react emotionally. Never confuse her temporary restlessness with real commitment. If you respond too soon, you rob her of the very discomfort that could have sparked growth. As the Stoics taught us, especially Epictetus, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. In this moment, the reaction she's expecting is your surrender. Instead, offer stillness. Let her sit in her own restlessness. Either she evolves, gains clarity, and returns with sincerity, or she walks away, still confused and silently haunted by the emotional contrast you left behind. That's the hidden power in the modern Stoic man, the ability to influence without control, to shift her world without ever raising your voice. You didn't fight, you didn't beg, you simply stopped dancing to the tune she was used to playing, and that silence, that detachment, rewrote the entire script. Now she's the one trying to figure you out. So if you've ever questioned whether stepping back could make an impact, know this: it's not weakness, it's wisdom. It's not indifference, it's discipline. And it's not rejection, it's self-respect. Remember, emotional restlessness is not love, it's a reaction to losing access. Don't confuse it for something deeper. Let her earn your attention through clarity, not chaos. If you've ever witnessed this shift in someone, drop a comment below and say, "I choose stillness over chaos." Like this video, share it with a brother who needs this reminder, and subscribe to the channel for more Old Stoic wisdom that transforms not just how women see you, but how you see yourself. 4. She starts competing with other women. When a woman senses that your interest has quietly faded, her mind doesn't just register silence, it invents a rival. Even if no other woman exists, she imagines one, because the feminine ego is more threatened by invisible competition than by absence itself. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Her reaction isn't just emotional, it's strategic. She might remain silent in words, but her actions become louder. Suddenly, she dresses with more intention, posts bolder photos, laughs a little harder in her stories, and begins subtly engaging with men she knows you might notice. Not because she desires them, but because she wants you to notice that they notice her. This isn't confidence. It's a camouflage of insecurity. It's a show, a performance designed to whisper, "You're missing out." But here's the paradox. The moment she starts trying to prove she's over you, she's already proven she's not. A woman who has truly moved on doesn't compete. She doesn't flaunt. She vanishes from your radar with grace, not noise. So when you witness her sudden surge in performative confidence, know this: it's your silence that's echoing in her world. She isn't trying to impress others. She's trying to get a reaction from you. And the more she imagines competition, the more clearly she exposes how deeply your detachment has shaken her. Your indifference becomes the mirror she can't escape. That's when her emotional pride, once her strength, starts unraveling. And this is where the Stoic man stands firm, unmoved, unbothered, unresponsive. You don't need to post another woman. You don't need to enter the ring she built in her mind. Your absence is already winning. It's not revenge, it's revelation. Because the more she dances for attention, the clearer it becomes, you still have power in her emotional world. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." So be free. Let her put on the show. Let her try to prove she's still the prize. But don't clap, don't play along. Because eventually, when the spotlight fades and the applause never comes, she's left facing the truth that the game was never about other women. It was about your attention. And she lost it. Let her chase ghosts. Let her compete with fantasies. The moment she realizes she can't win your focus back through performance, she turns inward. She questions. She regrets. She finally feels the depth of what she lost. Not because you punished her, but because you simply stopped participating. That's Stoic power. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you seen this behavior before? Drop your experience in the comments and let other men learn from your insight. Stay grounded, stay silent, and remember, true strength doesn't announce itself. It lets the world adjust to its absence. 5. She acts like she doesn't care. When a woman starts acting like she doesn't care that you've lost interest, most men make the fatal mistake of taking her behavior at face value. They see her smiling in selfies, posting "I'm unbothered" captions, laughing with friends, and assume she's moved on. But here's the truth. Her detachment is rarely real. It's strategic, psychological armor. This phase is one of the most misunderstood reactions in modern relationship dynamics, and only men who have cultivated inner stillness, what the Stoics called ataraxia, a state of imperturbable peace, can see it for what it truly is. Her silence isn't peace, it's suppression. Her bold captions like, "If you wanted to, you would," or "letting go of what no longer serves me" are not declarations of freedom, but echoes of inner conflict. When a woman realizes you're no longer chasing her, she feels an ache, one she cannot allow herself to express openly. Vulnerability to her feels like surrender, so she crafts a performance, a mask of control, a theatrical act of indifference to protect her pride. She becomes cold on purpose, detached by design, not because she's free, but because she's afraid. The ancient Stoics taught that people are not disturbed by things, but by their judgment of things. And her judgment, in that moment, is this: if she shows she's hurting, she loses. So she tries to win. She tries to rewrite the narrative. She tells herself that you didn't matter that much, that she's better off, that her life is lighter without you. But it's all a mental battlefield, and you're still in it, whether you respond or not. The wise man, the Stoic man, sees past the surface. He doesn't rush back in when he sees the bait, because he knows that responding too early only confirms her illusion that she had control the entire time. She didn't lose me, she thinks. He just needed space. And now you're back. She feels powerful again. But if you hold the line, if you stay grounded, silent, and inwardly unmoved, the act begins to crumble. The fake peace starts to weigh on her. The captions lose meaning. The attention from others feels hollow, because emotional peace cannot be manufactured. It must be earned. And no matter how fiercely she pretends, your absence speaks volumes that no post, no laugh, no new fling can silence. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In this case, the best power play is not revenge, but restraint, silence, indifference. That's what breaks the act. That's what forces her to stop running from the truth that she did care, that she still does, that you mattered more than she let herself admit. And the moment she can no longer fake not caring is the moment real reflection begins. This stage is the pivot between her holding the illusion and her facing reality. And that is your advantage, not because you're manipulating her, but because you finally stopped allowing performance to dictate your peace. You stopped being reactive. You became still. And in that stillness, you gained clarity. So if you're at this stage now, don't chase, don't explain, don't respond. Just observe. Let her face what she's been running from. Because when she finally drops the act, you'll know it wasn't about winning her back. It was about reclaiming yourself. Drop a comment below. Have you ever seen this mask in action? How did you respond? Your insight might help another man walk the high road. Comment to remember, my silence is my power. Drop it below to lock it in and help another man rise. 6. She tries to reconnect subtly. After the illusion of indifference fades and the thrill of pretending she's moved on wears off, something inside her begins to stir. The loneliness masked by parties, the freedom shadowed by silent nights, the fake smiles that couldn't numb the void you left behind. That's when she quietly begins to reach back out, not with grand declarations, but with subtle signals, calculated, cautious, and quiet. You won't hear her say, I miss you, because pride still stands guard over her heart. But her energy shifts. She sends a harmless meme, a funny post, or a random message that supposedly reminded her of you, but don't be fooled. This isn't random. It's a probe, a test, a breadcrumb designed to gauge whether the door to your world is still cracked open. She doesn't want to look vulnerable, but she doesn't want to be forgotten either. This is what old Stoics called measured pursuit, appearing casual while hiding the tremble of genuine longing beneath the surface. She may start viewing your stories again, casually liking an old photo, or showing up in places she knows you frequent, pretending it's coincidence. But coincidence is just strategy without admission. This is where most men fail, miserably. They see that message, that comment, that old spark and mistake it for a green light. They dive back in with emotion, flooding her inbox, throwing attention at her like a man chasing validation. And in doing so, they destroy the very power that made her miss them in the first place. Remember this, attraction isn't reborn in desperation. It's reborn in distance. Your calm, your restraint, your unbothered presence is what makes her wonder, what happened to the man who once lit up when I messaged? That silent question begins to haunt her. She starts to sense that your energy has changed. You're not cold, you're just centered. You're not rude, you're just focused. And that confuses her ego in the most powerful way possible. Regret enters, doubt creeps in. She starts to fear she waited too long, that maybe another woman now sees in you what she never fully appreciated. That fear becomes a trigger. She may reach out through friends, she might fish for information, trying to figure out if she still matters. But your power is not in responding, it's in leading. Stay composed. Respond if necessary, but do not overgive. You're no longer a man reacting, you're a man observing. And that's when she sees it. You've evolved. You're not the man who once chased. You're the man she now quietly chases. Like Marcus Aurelius once said, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. In your case, the best response is silence, not to punish, but to protect your peace. You don't need to prove your worth anymore. Your worth is in your stillness, your presence, your control. And if she truly wants to return, she'll have to rise to meet you, not the other way around. Now, if this message hits something deep within you, comment below with these powerful words. I no longer chase, I attract. And don't forget, like this video, subscribe for more old Stoic wisdom turned modern power, and share your story below. Let other men learn from your journey, because the path of the Stoic isn't just walked, it's lived. 7. She breaks down or fully detaches. This is the moment where the illusion shatters. The chase ends, the masks fall, and reality hits. Either she breaks emotionally or disappears into the silence forever. These aren't random reactions. They're pivotal turning points that reveal the truth beneath her pride. If she cared, truly cared, then the coldness, the emotional distance, and your sudden detachment will eat away at her composure. As the Stoics remind us, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Seneca. And for a woman who once felt pursued, the silence becomes louder than words. That inner storm begins to crack her mask of indifference. Her carefully curated detachment was never strength, it was strategy. But the moment she senses that you're no longer invested, no longer emotionally available, the strategy collapses. And what replaces it? Emotion. Raw, unfiltered, vulnerable. She might reach out in anger, confusion, or desperation. Messages flood in, not because she wants attention, but because she's scrambling to understand what she lost. Why are you doing this? Did I mean nothing to you? These aren't just questions, they're emotional confessions. It's her pride waving a white flag, silently begging for clarity. But if she doesn't break, if she doesn't reach out, you'll notice something colder, more final, full emotional detachment. No drama, no texts, just silence, complete disappearance. It's not because she's over you, it's because she's accepted that chasing you is no longer an option. It's her form of emotional survival, blocking you, deleting pictures, distancing from mutual friends. Those are not petty acts, those are defensive walls. It's her telling herself, he's not mine to win back anymore. And that, my friend, is where your power begins. You see, most men panic when women pull away, but the Stoic man stands still. He doesn't chase, he doesn't beg, he doesn't fold. Why? Because he understands that if something is real, it will return, but only when the energy is balanced. Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." In the chaos of modern love, where games and ego reign, detachment becomes your greatest weapon. You're not punishing her by stepping back. You're showing her that attention must be earned. That interest is sacred. If she truly values what you had, she will step forward. On your terms, with no games. And if she doesn't, you've lost nothing. You've preserved your self-respect. Remember this. Her breakdown or detachment is not a failure on your part. It's the mirror showing her reflection. Now she sees what happens when a man of value no longer chases. You've taken the power back, and now the decision is yours. What would you do if she finally came back? Not with arrogance, but humility. Would you accept her, or walk away knowing you finally mastered your own worth? Share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever seen this moment happen in real life? I want to hear your story. Like, share, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. Comment to remember, silence is my power. Thanks for watching, my friend. Here's what I want you to remember. Before you go, when a woman realizes you're no longer chasing her, her reaction tells you everything you need to know. It's not about games. It's about grounding yourself in self-respect, emotional control, and unshakable presence. Don't second-guess your silence. Don't chase what's not aligned. Instead, focus on mastering your responses, recognizing the subtle signals, and becoming the kind of man who doesn't need to impress, because his presence speaks louder than words. If this message resonated with you, now's the time to act. Only 5 discounted slots are left, and this offer won't wait. The choice is yours. Stay stuck in confusion or rise with clarity. Click the link, take control, transform your life today.